Hi and welcome back to the Boss channel. My name is Ryan, and thank you for joining me in yet another week where we continue to break obstacles in online business so that you can get ever closer to your success. Today I want to talk about one of the biggest killers of all entrepreneurial dreams, the one obstacle that seems to end so many brilliant ideas before they even begin. The obstacle I'm talking about is seed capital, or the lack of capital to start a business. Before that first step is taken or that initial investment is made in any business, a lot of people decide to cut short their journey because they claim to lack capital or money to start their business. On the surface, it might make sense and anyone can understand that to start any project, you might need some resources, but if you persist on that journey we talked about, you'll find that it's not true, that you need capital to start a business, especially for an online business. It's the perception that your business needs money to take off that serves as a bigger obstacle than the actual need for capital. And once you can change that perception, then resources will start to flow from places you never thought possible. It's true we all want the perfect start, the perfect online business, the perfect following, the perfect YouTube channel, but the truth is, just getting started is the perfect start. The rest you'll figure out as you go. That's why I always say, just get started. So on that cue, let's get to what brought us here, which is to look at the top 3 sources of capital to start a business that most people would take for granted. Before I get started, I need to point something out. If you want to find success with finding startup cash, you have to approach every pitch with the mentality that you have something great that's going to do wonders for a lot of people and that the people you are pitching to have a lot of money. That mindset will give you the confidence to get in front of potential investors or money lenders or anyone with the cash to set you and your business up. But if you don't believe in your business and you always think money is scarce, you'll find it hard to make any progress. It will be mountain after mountain when looking for your first check. So anyway, the very first source of capital that a lot of people take for granted is friends and family. Friends and family are one of the greatest sources of income simply because they care. They care more than most people, and this is especially at the beginning when you're just getting started. I can't say they'll always be there, especially when you've taken off and you need a third or fourth round of funding. However, at the beginning, family and friends can be one of the most powerful sources of seed capital. You may not even need to make the perfect pitch. When it comes to people close to you, all you may need to do is share your vision with them and show how lucrative your business can be. A lot of people will want to jump on the bandwagon, either as a well-wisher or as an investor that demands they keep a percentage of the business. The beauty about getting capital from friends and family is that there's less pressure in general. Pressure to be perfect, pressure to deliver on your promises, pressure to pay an interest or pay back a loan. It's common that people close to you won't apply the same pressure as banks or investors in general, which can give you more leeway to take risks at the start. Your friends and family will want you to succeed, but most times, because of their relationship with you, they'll understand if it doesn't work out, especially if you got capital from several different sources. And if they loaned you money, you're not going to get agents knocking at your door demanding you pay or get arrested. You also won't have to deal with skyrocketing interest rates that force you to run out of town. In most cases, and I say this with the assumption that your family is normal, in most cases, a bad investment will be written off as that, a bad investment with minimal financial repercussions on your part. However, there is a downside to asking family and friends for capital, and that is, you may not be able to raise huge amounts of money. Let's face it, even if you're part of the most understanding and loving family, unless you have a track record of starting other businesses successfully, even your best of friends will know that investing in you is a risk. Anyone, friend or not, wants to invest wisely. So if you're just starting out, don't be surprised if some of your best mates are a little hesitant with investing in you. But it's still a great place to get some capital, especially for online businesses, which for the most part won't need a heavy investment to get started. So call a friend or family member and sit down with them, business plan in hand, and explain why you need their investment to start your business. You can either give them equity, which is part ownership of the business, or promise to pay them back. And please do pay them back when you can. The second source of capital for your business, and one of my favorites, is a business owner. I'm not talking about an investor, but somebody that has experience in owning and running a business. The thing I love about business owners is that they already have experience. It's not just money you'll be getting from them, it's also invaluable expertise. Business owners are sometimes harder to get money out of compared to family or friends, especially if you're not sure about what you're doing. The secret to getting into a business owner's checkbook is by expressing your passion for your business. Whenever you make a pitch to a business owner, make sure you leave all your passion on the floor. Passion shows commitment and desire in your own project. It shows that you're in it for the long haul and not just to make a quick buck. And one great thing about business owners is that they can give you a ton of advice that you would never have gotten from your friends or family. You may find that you don't need all that money in the first place. You could probably hire out instead of buying new. You could use cheaper labor, outsource your jobs, make a down payment instead of spending big, and do all these little things you wouldn't know if you were going at it alone. And if you are thinking, why would a business owner give me money? Why wouldn't they just start the same business themselves? The reason they would want to work with you is your vision and your passion. Those two things can be easily replicated, so most times they'll take a chance on the owner of the idea rather than try it out themselves. Passion, as I've said, is a good sign of commitment in a project and a foundation of success. And you have to remember, business owners are already aware of other businesses either through their friends or contacts, so they wouldn't be getting their first bit of exposure from your idea. In any case, if you still have doubts about people stealing your ideas, then you can still protect yourself legally. Just talk to a lawyer about what protections to use before making a pitch. One other great thing about business owners is that they are constantly looking for things to invest in. One of my first offline businesses was to do with easing transport in a park area. I thought I needed 20 vehicles to hire out to solve people's challenges with moving around the park, but when I shared my ideas with a business owner, my first partner, I realized just from talking to him that I didn't need to start that big. And instead of looking for capital from a bank, we agreed to test the market with 4 or 5 units, which he paid for, and then we structured the business in such a way that I would earn a small percentage of the revenue for the first 3 years until he made his money back before splitting the revenue 50-50. Problem solved. It worked well for both of us, and I didn't notice until later that I received more than the capital I was looking for. I also received priceless knowledge on starting a business and managing cash flows. The business didn't work out, but the point here is, I didn't kill my idea because of no capital. I had to find a way. Business owners give you more than just the seed capital. You get expertise attached to that check, something you can't put a price on, in my opinion. Start today, look up a business owner, preferably a mutual friend or a friend of a friend, and make your pitch for that first investment in your business. Then the third and final source of capital that people take for granted is in the form of an online activity that involves pulling resources together and is called crowdfunding. If you haven't heard of the term yet, crowdfunding is an online activity carried out by random individuals around the world to pool money together for a specific cause. It can be for charity, product development, or to support business activities. Crowdfunding became an online sensation almost 10 years ago and continues to get bigger every year. Tens of billions of dollars are raised every year from different crowdfunding websites today, making it one of the biggest hustle-free avenues to raise capital. How it works in summary is, you visit one of the popular crowdfunding sites like Kickstarter, GoFundMe, or Indiegogo and start a campaign, which is essentially a pitch to raise money for your business. When you start a campaign, you'll state what you want to do, how much you need, and when you need to raise this money by. When people see your campaign and like what they see, they'll start backing you or join the effort to raise money for your business. Once you've set your amount and have some backers interested in your project, you can sit back and watch people raise the required money to start your project. Of course, that's the very simplified and motivational version of things. You'll learn with time, however, that it's not that simple. Crowdfunding is now very popular, so you can imagine there are millions of people trying their luck to get funding for their business. So don't expect to walk into a crowdfunding site to raise a seed capital easily. Your business idea has to be captivating if you want people to back it. You must find ways to promote your fundraising campaign to get the snowball effect that will bring more people on board to raise money for you. Your pitch must be excellent, and most times, you must offer some type of reward for the money you're getting. Every crowdfunding project comes with a reward for collecting that money. Once you've achieved your target, you'll have to give something back, whether it's equity in your business, pay back the debt, or reward your backers with, like, say, priority use of your finished product. Your backers will usually expect something in return. But the sweet thing about crowdfunding is if people resonate with you and buy into your idea, you can raise thousands to hundreds or millions of dollars in seed capital. You don't get that kind of luck anywhere else just because people like your idea. Some success stories from crowdfunding include the Oculus virtual reality headset, which was eventually bought by Facebook for $2 billion, the Pebble watches that raised over $10 million, and so many other apps, businesses, and devices. It is possible to get funding from crowdfunding sites as long as people are sold on what you're trying to raise money for. Since you lose nothing, why not give it a shot? You might get more money than you need, which is quite common if there's a buzz surrounding your campaign. You could get some buzz going before you launch your campaign by marketing through social media. You also get some honest feedback about your business and how relevant it is in today's market, which is invaluable at the start. But that sums it up, really. The top 3 ways to find seed capital for your business. I have a personal favorite, and that's someone already established in business, or a business owner, just because they'll correct your course on how to start and how much you really need to get started, which might be nothing at all. Of course, there are several other ways to raise capital, like using banks or financial institutions, venture capitalists, or loan sharks, but I never wanted to get into these just because the process and consequences of engaging in these types of sources might not be ideal, especially if you're starting out. You can look into them, of course, but only engage with them if you know what you're doing. These 3 sources of capital that I've shared are taken for granted by so many people that they miss their opportunity to get their business up and running. I wish you all the best in getting the necessary capital you need, and I mean this. Please don't be like the others that give up on their ideas that could have changed lives just because they said they lacked funding. Just get started and then you'll figure things out as you go. It always works, even for the biggest companies in the world. Some of the biggest companies to date didn't need billions of dollars to get to where they are. They just started either in a garage or a bedroom or a college campus lab, and now those same companies are worth tens of billions of dollars. It could be you. Just get started. Don't forget to subscribe as we dive into the top crowdfunding sites to get funding from in next week's video. Thank you for watching as always, and good luck to you.